Welcome, everyone, to Coffee with a Codex. My name is Dot Porter, and I am a curator here in the Schoenberg Institute for Manuscript Studies, or SIMS. SIMS is under the Kislak Center for Special Collections, Rare Books, and Manuscripts at the University of Pennsylvania. And we have some pretty great manuscripts, and once a week or so, once a week, I pull out a manuscript, take one off the shelf, and show them to you. And I am a medievalist, so often I show like early manuscripts, although I've been trying to sort of broaden that a little bit. And today we're looking at something I think totally different. And unfortunately, I don't really know much about these books, but that's okay because they're actually really fun to look at. So this is, we think, this is part of it. So it's Japanese drawings and paintings of nature, not landscape, which is sort of, I think a lot of people, when you think of like Japanese art, you think of these great landscapes. These are very small, intimate, detailed pictures of animals, flowers, sea animals from the ocean, insects. Some of the first things we're going to be looking at are like insects. So if you're squicky about bugs, you should be aware of this. But they're so detailed and beautiful. And I have been using the high resolution images that we have on our, from our catalog for social media posts, because they make really great little just social media posts. But they don't do any justice at all to how they look when you're actually with them. So hopefully the video will give you some sense of that. So we think they're from the 19th century, but again, we know so little about them. I don't think we even have records of where we got these books from. Yeah, Amy, my colleague Amy Hutchins, she's our manuscripts cataloger. She's the co-host. She will answer questions in the chat as I go. Please don't hesitate to ask questions as we go. But there's no record of where this came from. We've had these for a long time. The binding is, we think, 19th century. It's got this beautiful, obviously Western binding, sort of leather on the corners, and this really nice paper over cardboard. If I turn it on the side, you'll see that whoever had these bound here calls them Japanese sketches. So we have 3 volumes of these Japanese sketches. This is volume 1 I'm going to start with. So I've talked it up. Let's take a look. More of this beautiful paper. So the first volume is a little bit harder to handle than the other ones. Part of the problem, so I'll turn the page so we can see that. You'll see immediately what is going on here. You may be asking, what is going on here is that this paper is very acidic, and you can tell it's acidic. One, because this ink is sort of imprinting through. So what's happening is on the page behind it, there is a painting here. Right, and that ink is imprinting right on this paper and literally burning through it. And the paper itself is pretty yellow. That's another sign of marbling. Thank you, Jan. That's the word I wanted. Marbling paper for the cover. And it's yellow, and it's really, if I'm not really careful with this, the paper's going to fall apart in my finger. So I'm going to be really careful with it. So here is the first page we get, and I promised you bugs, and here are bugs. We have sort of a fly, and I don't know. I don't know what these are. I sent an invitation to the biology department, so I don't know if anyone here from the biology department who is into bugs who wants to say what these might be. Note that they're also they seem to be labeled, so they have little labels here. So let's see if we can. I feel like the light. I wish there was better lighting, because I don't think you can see quite as well as I can. I wonder if there's a light. The only light I have is on my cell phone, which I'm using for the camera, so that won't do. But that's really something. So there's, yes. Thank you, Regan says, from the bio department, a bit difficult to identify, but gorgeous drawings. They really are. Yes, Joyce says she sees color on the fly at the top. It's brown. It's actually green. I wonder if I can find a flashlight. We're going to say goodbye to volume 1. And we're going to move on to volume 2 because I looked at volume 2 earlier and it's a little bit better. Let's see if this goes a little bit better. I think I may invest in one, actually. It's never been an issue before, but oh, we've got fishes. Here we go. Here we have fishes. So here is some kind of ugly fish. So Jennifer. Oh, Suzette, if you would have a look in the reading room for a light, ask the folks there. That would be very kind of you. Thank you. All right, Regan, lizard drawing was most likely a Japanese grass lizard. That makes sense. Jennifer says the labels in Japanese say Mexico. Oh, Mexico. Oh, thank you for reading those. I couldn't understand what they are in translation. Yeah, so I'm glad that the labels are telling us something. They are. So we seem to have moved. So the first book has, ooh, here's another lizard. It looks like that was the one that had most of the bugs in it, and now we've got lizards. Although it had lizards, that's something that would be interesting to look at, would be to see what, and I haven't looked at these very closely, but like what the organization is, if there is some kind of organization. I just noticed as I turned the page here that this, you can see this is actually a folded sheet that's been sort of bound like this. So I don't think it was made to cut. Sometimes you'll see early printed books. I think that this is how it's supposed to be, because I know very little about Japanese binding, but I know that there are bound books that where it's folded and then bound in ways that the folds are sort of hidden like that. So that's kind of interesting. And we have the same thing happening as in the, oh, I think that's Suzette. Give me just a moment. And Suzette is here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Claire suggests a stab binding, and I think that is right. See, doesn't it look better in person?
Yeah, much better.
So there we go. Yes, so that's really nice. Let's see. Oh, so what I was going to say is these sheets. So there are the heavier. This is heavier paper that's folded. And then you have one painting on each side of the fold. And then this paper is a single sheet and it's much lighter. And it seems to have been bound specifically to sort of keep the paintings separate so they don't touch each other. So this was a very purposeful thing. Joyce has asked me to zoom in, so I'm going to zoom in on our friend here, the lizard. He's got these little dots. I don't know. It's just so beautifully done. It's really, really nicely done. Let's see. So I'm just going to zoom out a bit while I turn the page again. And I think I saw that there's another fish on this side. So here's another fish. Oop. Let's scoot that over so we can see our friend the fish. Yes, amazing detail. It really is nicely done there. And oh, another fish. This one is also, it's not until I have this handheld light that I'm noticing how bad the lighting is in this room. It's really terrible. Yes, Suzette's nodding her head like, yes, it's really terrible.
It looks like a little googly eye from here.
Oh, on the fish? It does.
Yeah.
He's got a delightful little eye there.
Fun.
Let's see. Oh, and here's a lobster. I think it's a lobster, some kind of lobster-like creature. So they're sort of all over. So there's fish and lobsters, along with a lizard. There were the insects. There's another. Langoustine. Is that Joyce, is that the name of the fish, do you think? I think I skipped something. Let's see. Ooh, and another. Oh, a type of shrimp. I see. So you were saying that was a shrimp. He's got really amazing cheeks and teeth. His teeth are quite interesting. Yeah, the colors are really nice. I wonder if I'm not an artist, but it seems like watercolor to me. It looks like watercolor. Ooh. Let's see, Claire says, Hand and Lock teaches goldwork embroidery using insect and sea life motifs. You might send him the link to or send them to the link to the book, because they might like to use this. I would love it if people were to use this as any kind of, you could put it on a shirt or in your art. I know that in the library, we have a group that's called the, what are they called? Education Commons. And they have a maker space where they do all kinds of crafts. And I know that they've been doing a little work with some of the images from these books. None of the ones I've seen so far. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. That is a crab. Oh, Bron, sorry. It looks like a watercolor to me. Source me, an artist who uses watercolor. Well, I will believe you then. It does look like watercolor. So the record calls it sketches, but maybe it's sketches under the paint. But I like this one that you show sort of the top and the bottom. That's a little different. I wonder what these were for. You can sketch with paint. Oh, I didn't know that. I think of sketches as being, okay. I have like 5 people telling me that you can do sketches in watercolor, so I think of it as like a pencil sketch. It's just a degree of finishing. Okay, I get it. Would you call these sketches? Do you think?
They look very finished.
They look finished to me.
Maybe it depends on what you're used to.
Maybe. So let's see. Mathilde says, I would call these studies. I think studies works, not being an art person. Looks like a pufferfish. It could be a pufferfish. This one. I think you were talking about this one. A pufferfish. It certainly looks very round. Let's see. I love the fishes, but I'm going to see if maybe we can get beyond the fishes. Let's see what else. No, there's more fishes. This is a flounder. Even I know that. The flat with the eyes both on the same side. Interesting. Okay, we've got more insects, it looks like. So, ooh, butterfly. Oh, that's nice. Oh my gosh. So I think you can see that there's the sort of darker lines. Oh, wow. Yeah. That actually looks better in the camera than it does. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
In person. because the lines are lit up there. These are really beautiful. Oop. I mean, it's beautifully done. That's still beautifully
Wow.
done. Less beautiful. I think that's a dragonfly.
Yeah.
Is that a dragonfly?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's some color. There's some green. Green. That's really nice. I wonder if they had, well, I wonder a lot of things. I wonder if they're all by the same artist. I don't think so. This one does not look quite as good. I think, but like, how did they do them? If in the 1800s, were they working from real life?
Possibly.
I would guess so. Ooh, all right. Daddy long legs? Some kind of spider? We're zoomed in, so we're not really, they're labeled. I don't think the labels have been showing up so much. Oop, no, I'm done with
Back on the
fish.
flounder.
Yeah, that was the flounder again. Oh, here we go. Look at that.
Cool.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
So we're asking, can you identify the paper they are done on? So I am not a paper person. The record says that the paper appears to be 19th century, and I don't know who made that determination. As I say, these would have been cataloged a long time ago, before Amy, I think. And so I would love to get somebody who knows more about the history of paper. I mean, one question is this Japanese paper or is this Western paper? It feels like any kind of paper, but I don't know if Japanese paper at this time would be different. Because it just feels like, although I will say the paper in volume 1 did not, felt different from this paper. I think it's not as nice as this paper. This is not as acidic, I think, as the other one. Let's see. Oh, so this is, I've seen him before because this is one that my colleague Christine Kemp has sort of gotten attached to. And you can see why. He's very fine. He's looking right at you. He's very green. Or she. Probably she. I don't know.
Probably she.
Probably she. Yeah.
think.
So, playing the piano. You could put a piano in front of her and she looks like she would be playing it. Oh, that's very pretty. It is really, somebody really liked animals or insects or, oh, look at those. Oh, hi, Christine. That's Christine Kemp. She says mantis is one of my faves. They are good. I like these. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Our friend the bat. Oh my gosh.
Cucaracha.
Yeah, I don't like that so much. It's like going in the basement of the library. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody you said that. Yeah. Oh, that's I recognize that one with the pinchers at the front. Beetles, yeah, it's some kind of beetles. Let's see. Ooh, that's, I don't know if you can see the turquoise. There's like a turquoise line down his back, and that's just really, really nice. I'm gonna get one of these lights for this room, I think. There's another beetle. Wow. Yeah, they are really something else. Ooh, another lizard. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of variety. All right, so Mara is asking, are there plants in any of the volumes? There are, in fact, here we go. Here are some plants in this very volume. And let me see. Famida, is the artist's signature on the top of each page on, I think it's the some kind of label. Although I'm going to point out in the earlier, actually I'll switch back so we can compare. So here's a fish. It's our friend the flounder. There's one word. And then the flowers, so far we've only looked at 2, but they have a lot more going on. I think it's a description of the painting. Although I would love to get somebody looking at this who can read Japanese, who can see if there are any kinds of names involved. So here we have botanical drawings, which are pretty. I think that the plants are mostly flowers, though, all of the ones. Oh, kari! They could be haiku. 5 lines. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know enough about poetry. Are they all 5 lines? Huh. Maybe so. Would be really interesting to see, to get someone. Oh, see, this one has 6 lines. Mm-hmm. Claire, try the Japanese paper place in Ontario. Could be another kind of poetry. Whoop. And there's back to the bugs. So there's another butterfly. So I'm going to, actually, I want to switch to volume 3 because this is volume 2 and we've been looking at that. And I'm just curious to see how volume 3 compares. Oh, I think that's an iris. Gosh, they're so pretty. All right, text, can you zoom in on the poem? All right, I'm going to zoom in. This is just random. I'm going to zoom in here. Oop. Okay, so Tex has screenshotted, and we will see. Tex is our other friend over in the Education Commons. So, lady slipper, could be a lady slipper. Okay. Like many things that aren't manuscripts, I don't know. Oh, that's really nice. There's even a shadow behind, like shading, shadow back there. All right, let's try volume 3 now. Let's see. Can you grab that for me? Thank you. All right. Here's volume 3. Oh, I think we've got plants. We've got more plants, which is interesting because volume 2 also ends with plants. So it's like a continuation. Oh, and then we've got a crab. I don't think it's random, but it feels random. What'd you say?
The colors are so...
Yeah. No, the color's really nice. The yellow and the pink. Boop. And then a fish. It's like the best of here. Let's see. And more fish. That's interesting. I've never seen a fish with a mark like that on it. And I assume that they're all real animals because they look so real. Oh, look at his eye. That is, can you all see? It's like a rainbow. I'm going to zoom in because that's like a rainbow eye. I don't know if I like it, but it's pretty. All right. Okay. And, ooh, I've got to shift again. Here we go. And this one has yellow down his side, a nice yellow stripe. So I think we're back to fish for a little while. No poems here. No, again, we're back. I think the poems are only, if that's what they are only on the flowers. And I think the other things, like the sea creatures and the fish, get just labels. So here's some kind of shrimpy guy. Oh, there's another one. Of course, it would make sense to have a lot of sea creatures because Japan is basically islands.
But there haven't been any mammals.
There was the bat.
Oh, the bat.
But that's it. Yeah. That's and I know that there are birds, but the birds might be in volume 1, which we're not going to look at again.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I need to think about what's going to happen to volume 1 because I feel bad about it. Oop. More insects? Or more of the same insects?
There's a translation. The zoomed in text is regarding a Japanese no play.
Oh, the zoomed in text is regarding a Japanese no play. Oh, interesting. That was the text that Tex screenshotted earlier. Oh, and there's moths. We had moths earlier, and this looks sort of similar to the moths. Oh, okay. It's not a mammal, but there's a frog.
Frog.
For us. Let's see. We only have a minute, and there's another bat. Oh, and I'm about to turn the page and I can already see through it. So here's this one again. We've seen this one before. So it looks like they're not all totally original, I guess. So I just want to quick see if we can, oh, snail. There we go. And here we go. There's birds. So our last, Mathilde says, because Christine liked it, so they repeated it. I think that's what it was. They knew Christine would be into it. So there are birds here at the end of volume 3. So I feel like this is so much fun, and it's so neat, and there's so much work that could be done with it. Like what is it? Is a great place to start. So if any of you are interested in looking at it more, there are digitized images at the record, and I'm going to be thinking about this for a while. So thank you everyone for coming, and I hope to see you again in the future. Bye.